Hello and welcome to today's video where we're going to cover the top prospects in the jungle across the four major regions. There are no LCS players on this list, or NA players on this list that are, players you should be looking out for this offseason. Teams should be giving these players chances if they want lower, cost players. These are all players that aren't on a major tier contract right now. So honestly, giving them offers would be smart unless they're under contract, which some of them are. And a couple of these players are going to get opportunities this year, as of the rumors right now. So let's get into it. First, we have Lucid. Lucid has been on my radar for a while now. He's one of four players, actually, that I've already talked about in a video like this last year or even earlier this year. I think he was on both of them. An excellent player that D Plus has kept in the cupboard until Canyon left in free agency, and that's what's happened. At 18 years old and 61 games, he had a 4.9 KDA, 6 CS per minute in summer and playoffs. 73.6 KP, 18.6% of the team's gold. 311 damage per minute, 14.2% of damage. We must keep in mind D Plus has one of the best prospect pools in all of LOL Esports. So with that in mind, he's playing alongside good players. Thanatos was on yesterday's video. Rahel's probably going to be on the 80 carry video. Bible actually went from challengers to play in, with D Plus for a long period of time this year. So the fact of the matter is, he did have great players around him. We should keep that in mind when we're looking at his stats, but they are excellent. Doesn't die a ton, gets his farm, is involved. On average, ahead of his opponent by 310 gold, 8 CS, 335 XP. I consider that very important, in that when you have players at a lower tier, they should be gapping their opponents to earn a call-up. Now, this, I will say, looking at stats, I have not watched any of these players play. This is all stats and just using stats to try and identify players to watch in the future. If a player is a facilitator and making a lot happen but is behind, that's not going to show up here. The gold would even out, though. That's something to note. Like the CS wouldn't be what we're looking at, but we're looking at gold. Are they getting assists? Are they getting gold? So 12 solo kills, 11 champions in 61 games. I will say one of the smaller champion pools we'll have on this list. Forrest at 21 years old for T1 also appeared on my list last year. Did die a lot. T1 sucked. Their team was awful. 42 games, 1.8 KDA, 6.3 CS per minute, 69.1 KP. That's very carry oriented. We're below the 70% KP threshold and well above what we would consider average CS. 19.9 gold share, hence carry oriented. Not many players you're going to find at 20%. Obviously, players on this list are that way because we're looking at the best of the best. 360 DPM, which is 17.3% of damage. On average, he was ahead of his opponents, 170 gold, 8 CS, 155 XP, only 2 solo kills, but played 15 champions. So wider champion usage out of Forest compared to Lucid. Zhao Haugren, he's 18 years old, playing for Thunder Talk. Keep in mind, out of these 21 games that I have here, 5 of them were with the main roster in the LPL. So at a very young age, he got his opportunity. I believe I read rumors that in his contract, he was supposed to be getting more opportunities. Has been highly touted for a while. 3.6 KDA, 6.7 CS per minute, 72.7 KP. That is heavily carry-oriented in a meta that we did not see was not carry-oriented this year. You did not see players putting up 6.5 or higher CS per minute unless you're Kanavi. Like, that's just not happening. So that's really something to monitor and look forward to if you're a Thunder Talk fan, if he does end up going back with Thunder Talk this year instead of Beshwan. 20.9 gold share, 445 damage per minute, and 15 champions played in 21 games. That's crazy, too. He put up these numbers on almost a different champion every game, which is astounding. You're not going to find players like that, especially that young of an age and putting up good numbers. I always talk about champion pools are very good. The wider the champion pool, the better. But at the same time, if your numbers aren't meeting average expectations or standards, then obviously we are out of our depth here. We're playing too many champions. We need to kind of, bring it down a bit and get the champions that we can use that are effective. And Zhao Halgren's champion pool is an ocean. Nayu for Top Esports, we don't know his age, but 97 games last year. It's hard to break apart the games in the LDL on Leaguepedia, so I just combined them all. 4.6 KDA, 6.1 CS per minute, 75.7 KP. Involved, farms. Big. 20 gold share, 425 damage per minute. 17 champions in 97 games. He's a player I'm seeing rumored to be coming up this year with somebody, and we'll see if that ends up coming to fruition. Mori from OMG, another player, I don't know their age, but they were on my list last year. I wonder if he's going to replace Aki. We'll see. 72 games played. 4.5 KDA, 5.9 CS per minute, 76.8 KP. Heavily involved. Over 3 out of every 4 kills. Like a lot of players on this list. He and Nayu. So farming, involved. 19.1 gold share, 420 damage per minute, and 15 champions played. A player that should get an opportunity after putting up good split after split after split. Milky Way for RNG, I think, is 21 years old. 109 games played in LDL. That is a ton of games. Oh, and keep in mind, we're talking about champions here, and even these, like, Zhao Halgren should have an asterisk. It is fearless draft, but we did see yesterday some players that really didn't get opportunities to play many different champions in the LPL and top lane. In the LDL. So, obviously, Zhao Halgren taking advantage of fearless draft. So, Milky Way, 109 games played, 4 KDA, 6 CS per minute, 71.3 KP. These numbers are all solid. 19.9 gold share, 456 damage per minute, and 17 champions played. So he's no slouch either. I've seen rumors that he may go to a team this offseason and get an opportunity in the LPL next year. So we should be looking at all 4 of those LDL junglers, because there is a possibility that all 4 are going to get a look this year at the very minimum. And Zhao Halgren's already had that opportunity. For Vitality, there's Daglas. Daglas has appeared on my videos a couple times. He's excellent. Last year, in my opinion, if I was an LCS team, I would have went after Daglas. Heavy. At 18 years old now, he played with Vitality this past year for quite a few games. So keep in mind the 29 games here. There's a few that are, I guess a couple that are, at the LEC level, but 3.5 KDA, 5.9 CS per minute, 71.3 KP, 19.5 gold share, 356 damage per minute, 16.1% of damage. On average at 15 minutes. Now this is confusing, but down 75 gold against his opponents, but yet still up 10 CS, so he outpaths his opponents. Is he getting more gold? No. Riddle me that. 220 XP, 1 solo kill in 29 games, and 11 champions played. Daglas, in my opinion, is the second best prospect when I really think about it and look at the stats. I think he is right alongside Lucid and Zhao Halgren in terms of hype, in my opinion. I think Daglas is excellent at a very young age. We're looking at 3 18-year-old junglers that all could play next year and fit right in. And I really hope that they all do get that opportunity. And lastly, I would say a player that probably not many people think about. I'd never heard of him before I did this. Adi1, or I'm going to go Adi1. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he plays for some bank. The team's name is after the bank. It starts with an A. But at 21 years old, a Polish jungler. Surprise, surprise, right? 38 games played. I think a Polish jungler. Geez, if I'm wrong, my mistake. Daglas. I shouldn't have even. Don't even bother. 2.3 KDA, 6 CS per minute, 74.9 KP. Involved. Farms. 20.5 gold share. That is the second highest on this board. He was a carry for his team relative to other junglers. 443 damage per minute, 20.1% of damage. That's sometimes he is involved in damage. He's important to the team's success. You don't see that out of a lot of junglers. You look at Lucid, it's 14%, which means he's kind of just filling in the gaps and more so being a facilitator. Or the other players are just that good dealing damage, where Adi 1, not necessarily the case. He's dealing a chunk of his team's damage. On average, up 375 gold, 7 CS, 230 XP. And most notably, 17 solo kills in 38 games. That's massive. And 15 champions played. That's a player that, honestly, if I was going budget in the LEC, I would have signed that player. I would have signed that player in a heartbeat. For 1 year, let's go. Let's see what you got. Because these numbers are good. He's aggressive. He gets ahead. He's earned an opportunity. I've not watched him play. I'm moneyballing this. Frankly, this is all Moneyball. If you've ever watched that movie or know about that system in professional baseball. But that player is somebody to note. There were a couple players in the top lane video that I said, this is somebody that should be getting a look, because they don't have a ton of name value, at least from I don't track ERLs. Maybe he's an MVP candidate and everyone's puzzled why he's not on a team. But I think that's somebody that should be getting an opportunity as well. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.